Hey everyone, this is Ira Feuerstein with the Built Different podcast, where we get to speak to founders and C-level leaders from amazing companies to hear their stories. And I'm really excited today because we have a great guest, Danish Hameed, here today, who's a CTO of Aramsoft. Danish, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's just get right into it. I think a good place to start any podcast is give me the elevator pitch of what Aramsoft does.
Aramsoft, we are a services-based company, right? We are working on wide technology stack, cybersecurity, blockchain, and artificial intelligence, right? So these are the three main core areas. But other than that, we are also working on, we are official partner of Microsoft, Odoo, and Salesforce. So this is what we are doing. Yeah.
Very nice. So walk me through your role as the CTO and tell me how it fits into the bigger picture at the company.
All right. So being a CTO, because I have a great interest in the cybersecurity and AI side, so I'm heading these two departments myself, right? And other than that, of course, we have 230 in-house developers, resources, different team members, a lot of projects. So to oversee all the projects and make sure the quality, like these are the domains like I'm working on. So code quality, code reviews, and meet all the standards, and if somehow, let's say, I tried my best to be available myself in the kickoff projects, right? So, yeah, if there's something like team stuck somewhere, so I jump in and, we'll sort it out, the problems and issues. And this is what I'm doing.
Okay. And what does a typical day look like for you? What's your day look like?
Depends. Like, it's, you can say, uh, I'm more into it like cybersecurity side, right? But still depends on the things like what I can do.
Yeah. And let's shift to the industry. Knowing that you're into cybersecurity and AI, what major shifts are you seeing in your industry right now?
Okay, there is a great shift. You can see like in this, especially the last 2 years and onwards, just because of the AI. First, talk about the AI, then we move to the cybersecurity, and right. So normally, what happens is that previously, if you want to build something, a product, right? So you need to think about that. You need to, brainstorm sessions, and then you have an idea. You find the problems, and then you go for the MVP and all that stuff. So now, what's happening? The the clients, the people, they are quite intellectual now, right? There are so many AI tools in the market, right? So what they do is that, by using the Lovable, Base 44, Replit, Cursor, there's so many AI tools available now. So what they're doing is that they even, you can say that they polish their idea, they generate their ideas, they develop their own MVP now. They're not functional, but somehow you can say the prototyping's the idea, what modules, what features, and how it works and all that stuff. So now they are creating from there, right? So now when they come to us and that, okay, I have an idea and I have a start, I want to work on that. So they share with us, right? So ultimately, we both, you can say that save a lot of time, right? A lot of efforts. And the things, the idea generation, the documentation, the SRS, SOW, whatever, these kind of things, now you can generate by AI. So I think that that's a great shift from a year or two. So now we need to, a lot of things already done and we need to move on the development phase. And sometimes we're also facing the issues that, okay, I have developed this application on the base 44, right? Just to fix this because AI is not mature at this time that you can fully functional develop an application, right? You need something because there are some, you can say, AI, uh, AI can build somewhere around 45 to 50 or 60%. And after that, you need to, by human, using the human, right? Human efforts, you need to make it functional and, to make the things correct and all this stuff. So this is a great, you can say, shift we can see in a year or two. And the other thing, if you talk about the cybersecurity, in last 2 decades, I can say that a lot of development happen, right? In different stacks, different things. nobody care about the security. And in last 2 years and the upcoming, I can foresee that there will be a great or a huge demand for the cyber, security, because a lot of the threats, a lot of cyber attacks are happening nowadays, right? And even a year back, and in the future, you can imagine that. Just imagine last 2 decades, there are a lot of development and nobody care about the security side, right? So now I can see that like there will be a great, you know, demand for the cybersecurity in the future.
Yeah, those are two hot areas. There's no doubt, right?
Yeah.
No doubt. So let's talk a little bit about growth of the business because I think it's important because I want to frame this that there's a lot of people watching this who are they're either going to be an entrepreneur or they've already become one, but they're struggling. So what's been working well in the business now for growth?
Okay. Now, we heard a lot in the last 2 years. AI is going to replace a lot of jobs, right? Everyone is talking about these things. Some said that no, AI is not going to kill anyone. Any job is not, blah, blah, these kind of stuff. So ultimately, someone also said that there's a theory that, okay, there's a bubble of the AI. And at some point, it will be lost, right? So I strongly believe that AI is the future, right? Yes, somehow that's absolutely right that AI replaces a lot of jobs. Let's take a simple example. Years back when we don't have the machines, right, people are doing the manual things, and then we said, okay, there's a machine industry, and they replaces the automation, all that stuff. So this is the again the same transformation, right? So the information desk, right, the call centers, all the things you can imagine, the repetitive task, they are going to eliminate. But what you need to do is that we have to AI will create a lot of new jobs as well, and new roles. For example, it's just 6 months back, everyone is talking about the future is for the prompt engineer. We don't require the software developers now. We are looking for the prompt engineers. But
Yeah.
it just replaced within 6 months. Now it's not a prompt engineer. Now the thing is that we need to someone look into the AI code. So what AI builds up, we need to look into. We require the resources who can fix the AI code, because AI has its own structure, on techniques, on code. Like it's really quite hard to fix the AI code and make it live. Again, it's not about like we predict that okay, there will be a small smartphones, right? There will be new technology. There will be a watch where you can talk and listen and all stuff. Now it's an era of transformation, and AI is rapidly and very fastly. Like every single new day, there is something comes up new. So the new entrepreneurs nowadays, as I mentioned, that now idea generation, now even the problem finding, now to create something like MVP, it's more easy now, right? Because let's say if you have idea, okay, I want to develop a ride sharing application, right? Just like Uber or something like that, for example. So you have just main thing, right? And you just give a prompt to the AI. I want to design and develop the ride sharing app. So all of the other features like their disputes, their driver side, their come back office, the front side, the user side, and what are the features, the modules, AI automatically mention that. So even the things are not in my mind that okay, I need to take care of these things. AI automatically generate those things. So I believe that in the coming months, even in fact now, there are more startups. Few years back, what happened is that there will be 50 startups or 100 startups, let's say. Now today there will be thousands of startups which are
Crazy.
in
Crazy.
plate.
It's wild.
Obviously
It's
there
wild.
will be entrepreneurs now, and a lot of business and people who adopt the AI. They are going to make a difference and the change, and they will definitely generate some new opportunities as well.
Yeah. So as far as like the business, like a year from now, let's just fast forward to the end of 2026. Where do
Yeah.
you want the business to be end of next year? as far as like growing and or changing products or whatever?
Yeah, I strongly believe that in the coming, we can predict that, but still, according to the analysis, according to the experience, I believe that the companies who have like, thousands of employees, right? They are definitely gonna, reduce their, the company sizes, right? And it's already, Salesforce already done that, right? They lay off a lot of resources. Similarly, if you talk about the Accenture, they lay off a big amount of employees as well. So what happened is that if let's say if 70 members working on a single project, right? And now what happened is that with the help of the cursor, with the help of the AI tools, and a two team member, one person are working on multiple projects. So it's a great, you can say it's helpful even, and it's a great thing. But I strongly believe the companies will be reduced, all the companies all over the world, right? There will be more companies, generated in the couple of months. So what happens is that it's easy now. You can just have 10 ninja developers or 15%, 20%. That's it. You don't need to, hire more resources into that one. So with the 12 or 20 or 30, maybe maximum. So with this team size, you can play very well in the market. I can imagine that there will be, I didn't see the report, but a lot of new companies registering, right? I can see that. So obviously, when the companies cut off, they generated small new companies. And then obviously there's some work on the idea, some work on the product, some work on the services. So this is how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you could fix one thing that's holding Armsoft back or slowing you down, what would it be?
Okay, so that's something we jump into the cybersecurity a bit late, right? So we just developed this department last year, and I believe that we need to be in the, maybe the earlier. We should take that. It's really hard to open up a new department, right? Let's say if you're working on maybe the Web3 blockchain technology, right? If you're working on that domain, it's really hard to open up a new domain, right? It's not an easy task. So when we jump into the cybersecurity, we really, it's like there was a great high risk because we are not familiar, we are not, in that domain. So first we need to, start learning on that domain. Okay, we are going to open a cybersecurity department. What we need to do and from where we need to start. What are the things? So that was initiative we take last year, and I think we should take it 2 to 3 years before. So that's something that.
So let me ask you this. If you started late into that, well, a lot of companies do that. You just need to figure out how to put fuel on the fire, right? What would it be impactful for the business if you can figure out a way to get to more net new cybersecurity customers?
Yeah, we are penetrating in the cybersecurity domain now, right? So still, the point is that I saw the companies who are working on a blockchain in 2020s, 2019, right? So at that time, blockchain was on the peak. Boom. So the companies working on that domain, only that domain, now they're dead. I can see that they have like 200, 300 resources, the team, a good team, right? A company. But as they didn't foresee that, okay, what's incoming and, blockchain, everyone know about that. Blockchain is not a permanent thing because year to year, you can see that there's fluctuations and all that stuff. So ultimately, the companies who only rely on, one domain or one skill set, normally they need to face, the issues in the future as well. So that's something like we took a decision at very right time that okay, we upgraded ourselves. I can see that we started the business in 2007. At that time, we was purely working on SEO because SEO was on that time. It was the boom of SEO at that time, right? So we started with the SEO, then in the development, PHP, these kind of stuff we are doing. Then we converted into like add more services into that one, like the CMS development, Shopify, WordPress, Magento, right? And then we always upgraded our resources, we train them, we, hire the instructors, we buy the courses, and we upgrade our team from always the next level. It was always a challenge to upgrade your team, right? So you can empower them and they will, grow from, skills wise and with the company as well. So we did that. We always do that, right? So all those resources who are champion, who are very good and very good, the logics, development skills, everything, we upgraded them, and now they are working in, AI. They are working in cybersecurity. They are working in blockchain. So I think it's really important that you always upgrade yourself, your team members, to, get familiar with the latest technology stack. And just one thing I would like to add over here as well. Only one skill set is required. That is problem solving. If
Hmm.
you are problem solver, framework, language, these things not matter, right? It just take 2 to 3 weeks and you upgrade yourself. If you know how to make a logic. So that's super simple. One should go for the problem solver and, the analysis of algorithm. This is very strong, you can say, a course. So if they are good in that, you can do anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Before we wrap up here, I want to ask you one last thing. We always finish our podcast with this is that, our audience is filled with people who are building something every day. They're trying to get by, they're trying to build their income from their business. What is one tip that's helped you grow your business? Something that someone could put into practice this week?
Okay, I would like to ask, like, advice two things, right? One thing is that team building. That's a really important thing, that you make a team structure like this, where you can add this experience, and with the new generation ones, the newbies, right? The new generation youth. So combination of experience and youngsters, it's a very good thing. They can combine together and they can produce a very qualitative and very good things comes up, right? In the new things. Second is that I see that a lot of companies who are offering the services of the AI to the clients, to the market, but they are not implementing in house, right? So when we jump into the AI, we implement that. Okay, first we should have our own AI assistant. First, we should have our own AI bots. First, we should have, like, let's say, if we talk about the agentic AI, we recently built up, you can say, AI, which, shows up the company policies, like leave policy, like maternities, the company's other policies, the car policy, the other things, right? So the Wi-Fi passwords, a lot of things, onboarding process, HR. So we always, first implement to ourselves that how it works, and then we can mention to others as well. So the thing is that update yourself, keep update yourself, never stick with one thing. So if you're, if when your learning is off, right, you cannot grow. So it's really important to, learn always new things, new platforms, and upgrade your team as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is really solid advice. I love it. So, all right, everyone, if you enjoyed our conversation today, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have way more conversations coming with some really cool people coming your way. Anish, thanks again for joining me today. You were awesome, like I thought you would be. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for inviting. I really enjoyed this conversation, and yeah, looking forward to, yeah. Thank you very much again.
Now, if you're viewing this, you know what to do. You need to get out of here right now and go
Of course,
build something great. Go do it. You got to
absolutely,
put it into action. If you don't put it into action, you can watch this stuff as much as you want. But if you don't go put some of this great input into action, you're wasting your time. Thanks,
absolutely.
everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.